I would let this guy do the review, but let's face it, we don't have all day. So it's been 2 years since the last Disney animated feature, that being 2014's Big Hero 6, and I've been saying for a while that the studio has really been getting into the midst of a second renaissance. For those of you who aren't familiar, the period from Little Mermaid on through Tarzan, that decade from 1989 to 1999, that brought us films like Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, The Lion King, has come to be known as the Disney Renaissance. And in my estimation, since 2010's Tangled, Disney has been on such a hot streak lately with Wreck-It Ralph, Frozen, of course, Big Hero 6, and now Zootopia. The film stars Ginnifer Goodwin as Judy Hopps, a new recruit to the Zootopia Police Department whose idealistic view really has her wanting to make a difference and make the world a better place and prove that she can do anything, that in this world you can be anything you want to be, regardless of what kind of animal you are. That's just the world that's just the way she sees the world. And in that respect, it's really a powerful message that the film sends to kids, but especially to girls. You just need to follow your dreams and stay dedicated enough to achieve your goals. So right off the bat, Judy Hopps is a very endearing character, very likable, very peppy and energetic, and very fun to watch, but also with a lot more emotional complexity than you would think from the trailers, where she's just jumping around and going, woo woo! As the film progresses, she meets up with Nick Wilde, a sly con artist fox, voiced by Jason Bateman. In the last several years, in the last decade or so, I would say, Jason Bateman has really cornered the market on that sarcastic wit. It's not hard to see how he took his experience on Arrested Development and sort of brought it to this character. He's just got that snappy delivery to him, that sense of confidence and being like, I'm the smartest man in the room, you guys need to catch up with where I am. And that arrogance almost that he's brought to a lot of his films in the last few years. And those two make such a good pair, and they have such great chemistry. The film follows the two of them as they investigate a string of missing mammals throughout Zootopia and kind of stumble onto a larger conspiracy. Now, going into this film, I was excited to see it, not only to see this guy, but also just because the animation looked really bright and sunny. The humor felt very satirical on a lot of levels, sort of poking fun at human society by putting animals in these various situations, of course, like we see with the sloths working at the DMV. But the film really, really exceeded my expectations. There's a lot more going on here than simply an animated comedy for kids. The film tackles a lot of deep messages, a lot of humor that is like very quick-witted and very subversive that would actually go way over the heads of kids. Essentially, Disney, the film behind the controversial and now very racist Song of the South, has made a movie about race and about racial profiling and dealing with the fact that, you shouldn't be judged by the way you look, by your gender, by your race, by your sexual orientation. And the movie does a really good job of making that accessible to kids and kind of sending that message to them without coming across as overly preachy by dressing it up in very tight, well-crafted script, really likable characters, a lot of emotional beats this film hits. This is one of those movies that might work for adults better than it does for kids. In that respect, it's probably an improvement upon films like Big Hero 6 and Frozen that are less ambitious in its goals. Those are great films, they tell wonderful stories, but Zootopia sort of takes it to the next level. And I really hope that most people that see the trailers for this are seduced by the cute animals and the bright colors and bring their kids, because I feel like they're going to really see something much stronger than they would have anticipated. And this is far and away, it's only March, but I think this is the film to beat already for Best Animated Feature at the Oscars next year. Of course, we have Finding Dory, The Secret Life of Pets, a ton of other animated films. It's actually a very packed year for animated films, but Zootopia is already right at the top of the list, and it's going to be pretty hard for most of these other films to beat it. Have you seen Zootopia? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. And visit crookedtable.com for more videos, podcasts, reviews, and other movie-related goodies.